I hope we're all doing well. Um, yeah, hope we're all doing well. Thank you for joining me, viewers, supporters, donors, everybody. Just thank you for joining me. I, took a brief break. I'm back, but not back in the usual sense. Not back in the sense of full time, but back in the sense where, I'll be doing it 1 day per week. So if you're in the Linstead Bogwalk area, you can reach out to me. If you're not in those areas, then I can't take you on. However, there was a young lady that I posted her video, and well, she asked me to post her video. I don't normally post person's video if I don't. Before I even go into that, I want to say thank you to the donor who donated to Banbury. She sent $300, which was used to purchase. One moment. Good night. Hi, I'm on a live. Pardon me? Oh. Anyways, for donating back to her community. When she saw Sean and heard about how many kids he had and that he'd been trying, they you can just wait a second, I'll call you when I'm ready. I'm on the live right now. Alright. When she saw his situation, she decided to send another $100 to pay for some extra feed for him. I want to say thank you to our donor who sent us $30 to buy Miss Birdie's sheet, for Miss Birdie. So we're grateful for that. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been coming on board. Little is much when God is in it. That's how it go. Yeah, so it's really seeking assistance for Andrew. Andrew's 27 years of age. When he was 3 years old, he did a surgery to remove cataract from his eye that left him disabled, and he's been wearing Pampers ever since. He doesn't walk or talk, right? And his mom is his full-time carer. That's Miss Rose that I was with. She was the lady that gave me all the pepper. His mom is his full-time carer, hard-working woman, trying woman. She was a part of our chicken drive last year, and from getting those chicken, she finished our pitch. She buy material, she work, not work, but she hustle and buy back one little pig and sell it, and that's how she continuously, tries to turn the money. So if anybody would like to, bless that family, then I'd be more than grateful for that. Who else am I? Who else is on the Miss Vernica? I want to say thank you to our donor who sent Miss Vernica enough money to get her 75 chicken. That's the lady who she said dog killed her chickens. A donor sent her money to buy 75 additional chicken and some feed. So we want to say a big thank you to that donor for reaching out to Miss Vernica after she lost her chicken. Everyone want for my Canadian people watching, because I don't want everyone malice me now. So yeah. So this lady tonight, she's not in my area. Let me just get this out there. She's not from my area. She did send me her video and I posted it. Well, she posted the video on Facebook herself and tagged me. Then she sent it to me multiple times on WhatsApp, and I watched it and I decided to share it for her. However, after sharing it, she had a lot of people calling her, and she had men calling her trying to indulge in acts with her for assistance. Because of that, she asked me to remove the video, and I think a better option would have been to ask me to remove her telephone number. But I removed the video. She's come in contact with me again and just asked me please to render some assistance. So before I put her on the live, I'm going to play the video for you, for those of you who may have missed it. I'm going to play the video for you, and then she's going to call in. Please be advised, I will not be collecting any donations for this individual. I've never met this individual. She just shared our story and it touching, so I decided to share it for her, right? But if anybody want to reach out to her, then that would be absolutely great. This is the video.
Please, Me I seek some help for me and my daughter because me no have no family that care for me. Me no have nobody. Me just need a start. Me need somewhere to live. Me tired for the grown and I live with man and then they abuse me and when they get fed up on me I feel leave. From me a 12-year-old me just I feel live with man and me no want the same thing for my daughter. Please, please, me I ask you some help. Please, me just need a start. Me try to look work. Me no nobody to stay with my daughter for me. Please, me just a beg some help. Me just a beg some help, please.
So that's the person. She sent me that video and I decided to share it for her. And she's not from my area, she's in Westmoreland. So I'll allow her to speak. We took down the video, which I reposted it without her number, but originally she asked me to take it down because men were calling her, trying to have, hi, good night, caller, we're live. You have to speak up, you hear? One moment, guys. Sorry about that. All right, Carla, you can go ahead and just share with the Comic Reason family. You're now on speaker, you're live, you can go ahead.
Good night. Good night, my name is Sharika.
There's a lot of muffling. There's a lot of muffling in your background.
Okay.
Okay, you can go ahead now. You sound clear.
Good night, my name is Sharika. When I was 18 I used to sell on the road with my mother. It used to be struggling. And whenever I don't sell off the juice, she would quarrel with me.
Sharika, 1 second. I'm sorry. Sharika, 1 minute. Sorry to cut you off. You have me on speaker or something, or you have me in a headphone? You're not clear. You don't have in a headphone, you don't sound clear. You sound muffled like you're like you have your hand cover the phone. You're not clear. Let me put you back on speaker and see. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Good night, my name is Sharika. And when I was 8 years old, I used to sell on the road with my mother. And life was struggling. And if I don't sell off the juice, she would beat me or quarrel. So sometimes I would cry to people to buy the juice from me. And then she couldn't manage to take care of me, so she carried me to Trelawney, to a man that she said was my father. And then his mother said I cannot stay there, so they carried me to Williams. And when I was at the homes, a lady adopted me. And then I was staying at her house. And when she gone over to foreign, she leave me and another little girl that was there with a lady. And when the biggest ship did came, I went to see the ship in Falmouth. and it was late. And when I reached home, the lady that was staying with me asked the lady's son that went to find to talk to me. And while he was talking to me, he started to touch my breast and was putting his hand down to my vagina, and I backed off his hand. And then I did have a little phone and I contact my mother, and my mother called the CDA, and then the CDA bring me to the station, and then I have to end up back in Chilani at the same place where they say was my father's place. And then I came down back to Westmoreland to my mother. That time I was 12 years old. I was living with my mother and she didn't really care for us. She had 7 of us and she run all of us and all of us just live bad and stuff like that. And she ran me out and stuff, and then I went to live with a man at 12. And then the man used to send me to school, but he used to beat me and abuse me. And then my mother said I should leave. And I leave and go back to Gully Banks where my mother was. And then I was staying in my sister's shop. I was staying in my sister's shop. And then I went to live with a man again. And then I met my baby father. And life is just struggling from then till now. And I just really need some help. I would like to have a little one room where me and my daughter could live and feel comfortable instead of living with this man and moving from that man. And then we have nowhere to go. And I want the best for her. I want a better life for her, that what I never have. So I'm asking for little assistance. If even is just a little one room, I'll appreciate it.
Okay, Sharika, you said you I'm sorry. You said at 12 years old you went to move in with a lady.
You come on, yes.
You have to speak up here, Sharika, because your voice is so soft. I'm struggling to hear you.
Yes, miss.
So you're moving with a lady when you were 6 years old,
No,
right?
at 12.
Oh, when
At
you were
12,
12,
miss.
right? When you were 12
Yes,
years
miss.
old, and that's the
Yes,
lady's
miss.
son that tried to assault you.
No, when I leave the homes and went to live with the lady,
Mm-hmm.
yes, that was her son that tried to assault me.
Okay, so you left from there and then you started living in your sister's shop,
Yes, miss.
and then that's where you met your baby father.
After I leave my sister's shop, I met my baby father and was living with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gave me a baby. And he started cheating on me and stuff, and then I have to leave.
How old were you when you had that baby?
I was 18.
You were 18. That's your only child?
Yes, miss.
How old are you now?
I'm 23.
Oh, you're 23 now. Okay. So where are you living now?
I'm living in Westmoreland.
With family?
No, miss, with a man.
Oh, okay. So that's why you're saying that you don't want to have to keep on moving from one man to the next.
Yes, miss.
So let me ask you something, Sharika. Did you ever go to school?
Yes, miss. The man that I was living with at 12, he used to send me to school.
So he sent you to primary school, high school, what?
He sent me to high school.
Okay, what grade did you leave high school?
Grade 10.
Oh, you left high school in grade 10.
Yes, miss.
Okay. So I hope I don't sound too harsh, Sharika. It's just that I have to ask these questions because you know I'm not in front of you. So
Yes,
I
miss.
have to just ask so that we can get as much clarity as possible. So I hope I don't sound harsh. All right.
Yes, miss. Yes, miss.
So you said you're seeking assistance to build a room.
Yes, miss.
Where would you build that room? On whose land?
Miss, it is a capture one, miss.
Okay. Okay.
But I could build it there until I get somewhere to live.
You just want a safe space for you and your daughter without a man being there.
Yes,
You
miss.
just want
Yes,
somewhere that
miss.
your daughter can be that a man can't go to her. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, miss.
Is your daughter going to school currently? Don't if she is, do not call the school's name.
Yes, miss. She go when I can send her.
How often is that?
Like 3 times for the week and like 4 times for the week.
So sometimes she go 3 times, sometimes she go 4 times.
Yes, miss.
So and you said you're unable to work?
Yes, miss, because I don't have nobody to keep her for me. And her father don't want to help me, miss.
Also, you hustle up the money sometime. I'm not going to ask you how you hustle up the money. So you hustle up the money sometime to send her.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Well, viewers, you've heard her story. Her name is Sharika. Just reposted her video on the page. And what kind of calls were you getting? Because in the text messages, you said to me that you had gotten help and that you were begging me to remove your video. So,
Yes, miss.
what kind of phone calls were you getting?
Miss, I two ladies reach out to me.
I know one of the
And
ladies will reach out to you.
yes, miss, and they helped me to get food.
Okay.
And then there was a letter, a man calling me. And when I said so, they say I should call them sir because they want a relationship.
When you call them sir, they said you shouldn't call them sir because they want a relationship.
Yes, miss.
That's the same thing that happened to Janelle, you know, when Janelle made the appeal for the house, when she went to the Star, and they told her to meet them in halfway tree, and she went, and the man sent her to buy a burger and was trying to get her to come into the vehicle. That's before I went to interview her, and only God knows what could have happened to Janelle if she had gone in that vehicle, because some people will prey on your situation. Some people will know that you're desperate. Sometimes you know we want to show desperation, but that same desperation will unleash some predator on us at times, you know. And guys, that's the reason why I had to remove the video, because she had asked me to, and her contact, but I've re-uploaded it. And then if there's any serious inquiries, then you can inbox me or WhatsApp me for her telephone number. But you would have to speak to me first. You know, you would have to speak to me first. So if you know that you're coming and you know you're not, you don't mean her no good, you're not going to get very far with me, because I vet persons. So Sharika, what's the situation? No.
What's the situation?
No, at present time.
Miss, I don't know if my daughter is safe where I'm at, and I want some safety for her. I want something safety for her, a place where me and her can stay. and be comfortable and nobody to quarrel or shout on us. And I'm afraid if she will get abused. Yes.
You mean because of the area that you're in?
Because of where I'm staying.
Because of the area or the okay, because of the area that you're staying and not the yard, right?
The person staying.
All right, I won't go in that any further because you know people might be watching the live, so I won't go into that further. Guys, if anybody would like to reach out to this young lady, you can message me for her contact number. I'll be more than happy to give it to you. Like I said, if you're coming and you know that you don't mean her any good, it don't make any sense. You're located in Westmoreland, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so in terms of what kind of house are you trying to build?
Miss, any house, miss, any house. I just want a small room or something where we can just live in and stay there without moving here and moving there, miss.
You don't want to have to continue changing partner because really and truly you said you've been out from you were what, 8 years old?
Miss, I was on the street selling with my mother at 8 years old.
So you had a pretty rough start.
Yes, miss.
So as you can hear, she had a very rough start. So is that your baby? Is that your baby in the background?
Yes, miss.
She sound happy though.
Yes, miss.
Alright, if anybody would like to reach out to this young lady, then you can just send me a message, give me a call. I will give you her number. Won't be collecting any donations. I won't be collecting any donations, so you can contact her via Western Union Money. Do you have an ID?
Yes, miss.
Only one ID you have? Picture ID you have or two?
Two ID.
You have two picture ID?
Yes, miss. The new one and the old one.
No. If you're talking about the voter's ID and have two copies of it, that doesn't count as two ID, that counts as one.
Okay.
So it's one ID you have?
Yes, miss.
Well, persons in England transactions require two IDs. Well, I'm hoping that you get the assistance that you need. Viewers, I'm asking you to share this live and try and get this young lady's story out there. Her story is not unique. There is a lot of our children go through situations like this, and you know the system failed them, their family failed them, parents failed them, and it's just one bad situation after the other. There are a lot of Sharikas out there, right? But not all of them speak up. Now this young lady have come forth and she shared her experience and she shared what is happening in her life, right? If anybody would like to contact her, I can give you her number, but you have to contact me privately. The reason for that is because of the volume of calls that she has been getting, and like I said, because of persons who's been trying to enter into different things outside of assistance, you know. Sharika, is there anything that you'd like to say to the live before you go?
I want to ask anybody that hear my story and willing to help me to make things better for me and my daughter. I will be thankful for the help because I really in need of it. I really in need of it, and I want the situation to change for me and especially my daughter. So please, I'm asking anyone if they can help me.
Okay. And if you could do something for yourself, what would you do?
Yes, I have work, but I don't get any work at the supermarket. And I did go to I go to a security company in March, and I got through on everything. But I never have no one to stay with my daughter because I have to work in the night.
Yeah, you have to work long hours. I think it's 12 hours for the shift.
Yes, miss. And it would be a good work for me, but I don't have nobody to stay with her.
So you've been
So,
actively seeking a job, but you can't entrust your
yes,
child to any and anybody because of maybe what you've gone through, and you don't want your daughter to fall to be a victim of that.
yes, miss.
Yes, Marcia, when you're collecting money from England in Western Union, you need two picture IDs. They're no longer accepting one. Well, guys, you've heard Sharika's story. If anybody would like to assist her, you can reach out to me. So, Sharika, that's it. That's what you'd like to say.
Yes, miss. I'm planning to start selling some juice on the road for myself also.
So, you would sell some juice in the
Yes,
meanwhile.
miss. I'm planning to sell some juice.
So, you'd walk and sell some juice.
Yes, miss.
Is the area busy where you
Igor.
are? Is the area busy where you are? Like a lot of pedestrians, like a marketplace or something like that, where you could walk and sell the juice?
Yes, miss. Inside.
Oh, okay. So it wouldn't be a case where you have them in the fridge at home and people come to your yard, you'd walk and look the sales.
Yes, miss.
Okay, and that way you could have your daughter next to you.
Yes, miss.
That sounds like a plan. All right, if anybody would like to bless this young lady, like I said so many times before on the live, you can reach out to me. I will give you her contact number. All right, Sharika, one thing though, just thank your donors for what they're about to do for you, because I'm sure persons are going to reach out. So you can just thank them in advance for what they're about to do for you.
I I thank you so much, everyone that's willing to help me. I thank you so much, and I hope you get it back in another way, and God will bless you.
All right, Sharika, good night.
Good night, miss.
All right, guys, there you have it. That was Sharika. Anybody who heard the sound of her voice and was touched, or you just want to sow a seed, then you're more than welcome to just reach out for her contact. Before I go though, there's one thing that I wanted to speak about. The what has been, and before I even go into that, let me tell you something. Like when I said her story isn't unique, it's not to be cruel. There are a lot of adults going around right now that started out like this with rough starts, where their family failed them, their parents failed them, the system failed them, the school failed them. You understand? And then we look at them and a lot of us will judge them and say, so why you never gonna look one work, or why you make a situation define you? But the truth is, not everybody is that mentally strong. You understand? And a lot of persons who rise out of poverty and are not defined by their situation, circumstances and situations for them could have been different. You understand? You never know. You don't know what a person is going through. That's just basically what I'm saying, and that's why I tell people not to judge, because you just never know the full depth of their story. That's why I was asking questions, so that hopefully I didn't miss anything, because I know that when persons watch the live, they themselves are going to have questions. That's why I was trying to ask the questions, so that hopefully that could paint the picture well enough. One thing I wanted to speak about is basically what's happening in Jamaica now. So first we had the accidents. When I talk about that it comes like a spirit has been released, first we had the accidents, then we had the stabbing ups in the school, and now we've moved on to children doing baked goods. And I don't believe it's only children, I believe that adults are involved in this as well, using baked goods and putting weed and pills in them. If there are any young adults that are watching this, be very careful. Stay away from drugs. Once it hook you, I'm not speaking from experience, but I have known addicts. I have known persons who have been addicted to cocaine. Once it hook you, you will have a hard time fighting off that specific demon. Parents, talk to your children about these edibles, that they're buying that are laced with ganja, with molly, and soon enough, them are gonna start laced with cocaine, and that is what is releasing to our youths. Parents, warn your children about these edibles. They're eating these things to have a high and to have a buzz. Warn your children, no near me, no buy. Once it hooks them, that will be a demon that they will have to fight. If there are any young adults or high school students, sixth form students, whatever, listening to me, stay away from these edibles. I know that we glorify a lot of things in the music. I mean, not gonna me listen to some bad tune. Me listen to the bad tune. Let me not tell you no. Let me listen to them. Me listen to them. But the thing, the difference with me listening to them is that none of them cannot convince me to indulge in certain things, because my mind is already made up and I'm already grounded a certain way. So listening to the music and indulging is, but not all of us are strong enough not to fall to the influence of the music that we listen to. These are the things that are being glorified. Molly, the pill, is being glorified amongst other recreational drugs. Speak to your children about these things. Check your pitney them bag when they're going to school. Please to take the knives, please to take the scissors. Because when they take a life, not that life will be lost, but theirs will be lost in a sense as well. Remove these things from your children. I've talked about it so many times before that sometimes the parents are to be blamed because you turn a blind eye from what your child is doing. You turn a blind, I'm asking, don't turn a blind eye to this. Tell your children to stay away from edibles. Stay away from it. No go to school go buy no gizzarda. No go to school go buy no peanut cake. What the other one name? No drops. Tell your pitney them say no near me. No near me. No make nobody give them it. Say no, my belly full. Say no, my belly full. Because that is what is happening in our schools, right? So guys, I'm gonna leave you now. Oh, and just an update, haven't really been having any headaches these past couple of days, so I've been resting and I feel great. I haven't had any headaches. Last night, me in a little belly top on my tight, so me I drive come on my yard, and when me look out, me see one crusade on the roadside right in my community, like 30 seconds from my house. So me just pull over and go. Cause me I say, what? Me not go to church this morning, so me go listen to the gospel and go listen to the word and hear the message that they're going to preach, you know? God said, come as you are, so me did have on my tight, some little blouse. And me crocs, and me did come out of the car and go as me was. And people, I'm telling you something. God real. God real. You hear? Certain things I'm gonna post on my Facebook because this is my platform for the charity and so on. But I'm go party and I go dance, and I'm not always, the most modest dressed. These days I am, but back then, a couple years ago, I wasn't always the most modest in terms of clothing and so on. And I did it, and when it was time for the pastor to talk, I said, try and look over here. That's what I'm saying, man. I said, try and look over here, so nobody look for me. Because me not coming up tonight. Me just come to listen to the praise and worship. Me just come for listen to the praise and worship. You understand? And the man say, you come here. I'm not gonna tell you what he said to me now. So I look back at me and him say, you may talk, come here. And the man called me up. When the man called me up, him said, this is virgin olive oil. Can I use it? Can I use it to touch you? And I said, sure, because you can consecrate olive oil. I know that. And the man said some things. I'm not gonna tell you no what the man said. But everything what the man said, the truth, everything what the man say. Two things I'm gonna tell you what him say, but I'm not gonna tell you the rest what him say. May I pray against the spirit of disappointment. And I'm praying against the spirit of setback. And then he told me something that I'm supposed to do, but it's actually something that I'm in the process of doing. I'm gonna tell nobody. I'm gonna tell nobody at all. I'm gonna tell you, say, God real. That man last night, him anointed. And that's why I wrote the message last night. That's why I wrote the message last night when I said, God will still accept the rejected. Don't give up on God because God hasn't given up on you. That is the reason why in the middle of the night, I make that post the last night. It's because of what I had just experienced, hearing the word and seeing the man call me up, and I was like, I said, and I mean my talk, because me not really love the call up something, I'm like, I don't really mean my talk, and I say, come here, me in a little high waist tight, so I'm a little crop top, So I never did really feel I never did really feel too comfortable, you understand? Yeah. And the man, used the olive oil and on my forehead and on my hand. And everything the man said was spot on. I've been having a battle with myself mentally, and it's about setbacks and me constantly putting off something and having a mental block to it. I've had mental block to it for years. Always, thinking that I can't do it and stuff like that. And the man just read it out and say, free yourself. And I was like, whoop! This man knows what he's talking about. I know nobody knows. Nobody. I didn't tell literally don't tell nobody at all. Nobody. Somebody that has said that for said this. God is real. God is real. If we just take the time to search for him, he speaks to us in different ways. We just have to be willing to listen. I never come for preach, He speaks to us in different ways. We just have to be willing to listen. And one thing he said, I'm not inviting you to church. I'm inviting you to get to know Jesus Christ. That's what he said. He said, I'm not inviting you to church. I'm inviting you to get to know Jesus Christ. And he said, don't let anybody force you to go into the house because it will not last. But if you build a relationship with God, you will know when it's time. But try to go when you're young, when you're able to do the work. I meant to say the man word them just a dread me so. Me did Afik just read a little something to snippet last night because that's the message that he left with me. And that's the message that brought me into my Monday morning under a good mood and under good vibrations, right? Don't give up on God because He hasn't given up on you. We have setbacks, speaking from experience, we have setbacks, we have disappointment. Disappointment follow disappointment. Disappointment, let down, betrayal. We've had disappointment, setback, let down, betrayal. We've had those things, but don't give up on God. When your parents forsake you, your family members forsake you, so-called friends forsake you, He won't forsake you. And I've had to learn that, and I've had to, try to go back in prayer because it was so bad I won't go into that, but He won't forsake you. God is real. That's why I wrote the thing that says, send up your prayer and cry. If that's all you know how to do, He will understand what it is that you're trying to say, but the words are not coming. You can speak from your heart without even making a sound. You hear what I'm saying to somebody? You can speak from your heart without even whispering a word out loud. God real, don't give up on Him because He has not given up on you. Sick a puppy than you live. Sick a puppy than you live. No matter how big your situation is, no matter the troubles that you're going through, you try so many things, everything you put your hand to, it fail. Everything you put your hand to, it fail. Whenever you try to take a step forward, you get 3 steps backwards. But let me tell you something. Think of your situation as a dog. And you know what happened to that dog? That big, you ever hear when them say big dog bark and a flea kill it? Big dog bark and a flea kill it? Or if you want to think of it as a tree, for say an ox can chop it, you understand, you just have to rise up and know your strength. When I listen to Tasha Cobb's song, there's one line I take from it and it says, I am strong even when I am weak. Even when you're weak, you're strong. You just have to put God to the test. Put God to the test. You understand? Sometimes we put our trust in man. When I say man, I'm not talking about men, I'm talking about human beings. Sometimes we put our trust over and over and over again in man, and they fail us over and over and over and over again. Just test God one time. Test Him one time. You understand? Just give it over to Him and say, well, listen now, all that I am, I'm surrendering to you, and just let Him take charge. And I'm telling you that preacher the last night, him rate me so. Him rate me so last night. When all fails, God won't fail. If you can hear the sound of my voice right now, I'm saying to you, when all else fails, God won't fail. And do not mistake wait for no. Because sometimes God is just telling us to wait, And we interpret wait as a no. It's not a no, it's just wait. Sometimes the things that we're asking for, the truth is we're not ready for it. Sometimes the things that we're asking for, if God is to give it to us at the time that we're asking for it, we'd probably fail. So He has to get us to a point that when He gives it to us, we know exactly what to do. Don't mistake wait. Don't mistake wait for no. You understand? Put your trust in a God. You hear me, I tell you? Put your trust in a. You don't know me don't baptize. I mean, you don't know me don't baptize. I mean, never come to tell nobody say me baptize. But I'm just saying, God never come for the saved. He came for the unsaved. You them say we're not dead, not dash away. You know, hear them say we're not dead, not dash away. He didn't come for the saved. He didn't come for the holy and the righteous. He came for the unsaved. Put your trust in God. He will surprise you. He will surpass everything that you could have possibly asked for. He will do the unexpected. You understand? So I know a lot of persons are going through a deep depression from COVID coming. So many our lives, so many of us lives have gone through so many different changes. Some will lock up in a house with man a beat way. Some will lock up in a house with man a beat way. You understand? Some of us lost our job. Some of us that thought we were comfortable prior to COVID based on our income. When COVID came in, we came a part of a struggle that we didn't even know. We weren't even familiar with. And I'm saying to you, put all of that into God. Carol says, delay is not denial. Don't mistake wait for no. Delay does not equal to denial. You understand? And I needed that mess. I didn't come to have this conversation. I didn't even know I was going to be having this conversation. I just came to do the live to let her say what she was saying and I was going to be off. But then here I am speaking about what I experienced last night. Delay does not mean denial, right? Sometimes all we need is a word. This is your sign to push forward. This is your sign to move forward. To any young female that is listening to me, now is the time to make use, because beauty fades. Beauty fades. Now is the time to make use, because then the wrinkles start coming and then you get one gray hair, and for some men after you pass 25 it done. You understand? So now is the time to make use. For any male that is listening to me tonight, now is the time to build. Now is the time to secure. Hello, good night. I'm on live. Hello, good night. I'm on live. Are you calling to be a part of the live? Hi, are you calling to be a part? Okay, you're on the live.
It's Tatiana Prefect. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. You're on the live, Tati. But your background is loud.
And the other you said you weren't feeling well. I prayed for you.
Thank
And I
you.
hope you are good. I just want you to know something. Okay, prefect.
Right, Tati.
Prefect.
Mm-hmm.
I almost remember my interview. Yeah.
I remember.
I can't wait to see you.
Where I remember. When are your birthday? When?
Thursday coming, I'm a birthday.
Oh.
I'm not coming.
Happy birthday when it comes, guys. Go on wish Tati a happy birthday on Thursday when it comes.
Thank you very much, Prefect. One take care of yourself, your Prefect, and go and big up yourself. No love and respect.
All right, Tati.
Prefect.
All right.
All right.
Bye, Tati.
Bye-bye, Prefect. Love you
Bye.
later.
All right, Tati.
See you later.
I was her prefect in high school. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you guys now. But basically, like I said, and I'm gonna take Carol's. Delay does not mean denial. Move your trust away from men and put it in God. All right? Move your trust away from men and put it in God. If me ever share my testimony or telling you some things what happening in my life, you understand? And sometimes our worst enemy is ourselves. Sometimes our biggest block in life is a person that we see in the mirror. Because before anybody gets the opportunity to put us down, we do it first, by not believing in ourselves, by not believing that we're capable, or by not believing that we ourselves are good enough. And you just have to find a way to lift that mindset and move forward. You don't have to run, just take baby steps, make small steps. Eventually, you will get to where you need to go. If you take small steps, eventually you will get to where you need to go. All right, viewers. So I want to say thank you for joining me, YouTube family. Guys, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sasha-lee Lawns, and watch the ads. YouTube family, big up on yourself. Always a pleasure. Thank you for joining me. We'll be seeing you again very soon. Big up Detroit, big up Jesse, big up Carol, big up to all of my YouTube family. Will always join me. Enough manners, enough respect. Big up on yourself, guys. And to my Facebook